Good morning, happy Monday, everybody. Let's see, I'm gonna switch over to comments because, like, I have like a whole little studio here. Kind of, it's not really that fancy. It's my new StreamYard. I'm so psyched because, um, it can go into all kinds of things. Like, I think I can do more. Let's see. I'm live. I guess it says view on YouTube. Anyways, apparently I can stream into a couple of different places now, but I'm still only streaming into YouTube only because that's what I know how to do at the moment. On here, it says I can do other ones, but I'm not gonna play around with that just yet. Happy Monday, first Monday, I think in December, right? Last week we did like half November, half December. I'm looking at my iPad really quick. Let's see months. What was last week? Where are we? We're on the 6th. Okay, cool. You know why? And my energy is so different. And I hope yours is too, because we went through that new moon eclipse, bada bing, bada boom, energy shift, yo. Holy effer. Oh my goodness. So before we start anything, I want to just give you a rundown because again, it's the first Monday. So December, I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who booked their 2022 reading. I want to say, and the package that goes with it, I am so psyched because every spot was taken. Yay. I did have to limit spots because I'm working with my boundaries and keeping boundaries in place so that I can show up for you in the best space possible. So that's why there were maybe a lot less spots than before. Plus, I had my VIP list, and all you guys just showed up in droves. I am so thankful, infinite love and gratitude. And I'm so excited that you guys that did partake of the 2022 private readings, that you guys are already, you got your golden ticket for the January workshop, which brings me to the January workshop. There's so much to talk about today. I just want to get all this out before we jump in. The 2022 January workshop will be the first workshop for Manifest Your Dreams 2.0. That I will explain to you in the workshop, but that workshop is going to be pivotal in your manifesting journey for next year and years to come, because we went from like kind of just chugging along in our ascension journey to, I was talking to, I think everyone that I've talked to so far kind of agrees with the fact that it was almost like December 2019 hit and we were like, lolly, lolly, la, just chugging along. Oh, I'm going to buy this crystal. I'm going to buy this sage smudge and just kind of la, la, la. And then 2020 hit and it was like every single month was a year's worth of ascension. And all the way up until like last weekend, it was like, we look like some character from Bugs Bunny with like X's over our eyes and like Tweety birds flying around our head all the time. But the ascension process, if you are feeling anything like me right now, it just, it's like this weight off our shoulders in the sense of the really, not to say there's nothing left in your journey because you're still here. So there's something left. We all still here. But it's almost like we needed to warp speed through whatever processes and shit that we were carrying over the last 2 years to let it go. And not just let it go because like this annoys the shit. I'm just gonna be soapboxing for 1 minute. Do not, whatever you do, and I'm gonna be soapboxing a whole lot because like I have been getting messages to just be like, lay down the smack in the loving way that you used to. Those are the messages I get. So I have friends and clients that are like, we love you because you lovingly kick our ass. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a marketing point, but it is what it is. So here's the deal that we're going to talk about today, right now. Stop sitting in your trauma. I am not dishonoring it. I am honoring it because, and I want you to honor it too. And what that means is we look at the past 2 years, and the past 2 years, I want to say your invitation was to sit in it. Sit in whatever that may be. And everybody experiences different kinds of trauma, okay? And everyone's experience, you may think someone else is being a crybaby while yours was so much worse. But everyone, please be kind to everyone. Number one, please be kind because everyone's trauma is value in them. It is their wisdom teacher, okay? And your invitation is to sit in that and process it. And what is processing? Because we talk a lot about what does that even look like? It means asking it questions. What's going on here? What fears is this generating for me that are getting in my way? Okay. These are the kinds of reasons why the last 2 years have been, and especially this last eclipse, because if you did not process your shit, the last eclipse was a hot effing mess. Oh my God. And other stuff was revealed that kind of tweaked it. And so here's the thing. Number one is be kind to self and others. Two, give yourself permission to have the courage to sit in that and ask people to not give advice, not tell you what to do. Do not pull a card about what you need to do. Okay? You might pull a card and say, what do I need to know? Not what do I need to do? Do not give your power away in this processing situation if you because there's still you still got some folks that right up until December 24th, Merry effing Christmas, you're gonna have to deal with your shit. Because if you can't go into 2022 like this, okay? Otherwise it's gonna come on back. It's not gonna be pretty. So I'm gonna encourage you. Number two, own it. Sit in it. Do not ask for people to hold space for you. That's what you can ask them to do, which means I'm going to sit next to you while you are looking around going, what's my lesson? And own the lesson and learn the lesson. It might be, I need to give myself more grace. People think your lessons is like ABCs and learning cursive and all this other shit. No, it's give yourself grace, love yourself. You are worthy. Having value in yourself so that others will value you. That's really what it's about if you get all the way down in it. And then number three, release the pain. Say thank you for being so painful I had to deal with you. That's a hard one. Say thank you for being so painful I had to deal with you. And I love you anyway. Even though this hurts, I'm going to let it go. Because the thing is, you want to keep the wisdom, not the pain. I want to keep the lesson, not the pain. I don't want the person who was my teacher, which a lot of times you can kind of go, oh God, that sucks. Or you might say, you know what? You might do a ho'oponopono, forgive them, forgive yourself, and just claim the wisdom from it. And the wisdom might even be, I can get through this. And a lot of times we're just like, we want to hold on to that anger so bad because and anger is a cover up for fear. And I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid if I let go of this anger that I am condoning the behavior of the person I feel did this to me. When in fact, the only person who is doing things to you after the fact is your thoughts about it. I know that's hard. So let me put this in more of a proverby kind of thing. It's a lot easier to deal with. Because I know if you watch this, people are going to be like, I hate her. I don't want to listen to her anymore. That's okay. But I think the proverb will help, or a story. So there are these two Chinese monks, and they're kind of, this is like, 5,000 years ago. And they're kind of walking through the countryside, and they come across, they're kind of heading back to their monastery. They're like, there's an older monk and a younger monk. And they're walking together. And they come upon a river they have to cross to get to the other side to keep going to the monastery. And on the bank of the river is this lady. And she's this beautiful young lady. And she just is beside herself because she can't swim. And so the monks come upon her and they say, my child, how can we help you? And she's like, I don't know how to swim, but I got to get across the river so I can get home. And the older monk says, oh, no problem. You can climb on my back and I'll carry you across. The younger monk's like wigging out and he's like, we're monks. We ain't supposed to touch ladies. So what the hell are you doing? And the older monk is like, psh, don't worry about it. I'm not touching her in a way that's wrong. I'm helping her. And so The lady climbs on the older monks, and all three of them swim across the river. They get to the other side. They kind of shake off their water. The lady says, "Thank you." Off she goes, and off the older and the younger monk go in the direction of their monastery. So they don't even really help her, and off they go. So all the way back to the monastery, the younger monk is just stewing away about this whole situation. And he's just getting more and more agitated, more and more upset, more and more angry. And finally, they get to the monastery, and he is just steaming. And they get inside, and they kind of get themselves settled in. And the older monk sees him having this agitation, sees the younger monk having this agitation about all this stuff, and just chewing away and getting more. And finally, he looks at him and he says, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" The younger monk goes, "Look, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, but I'm going to tell you, we're monks and we are not supposed to touch women. And you carried that woman right all the way across the river, and you don't even seem like you're upset about it. And we're just not supposed to carry ladies. We're not supposed to touch them. We're monks. That's our jam." And the older monk looks at him and says to him, "Who's really been carrying her around the longest? Because I carried her over the river and then I let her go and kept going. You seem to have carried her across the river and all the way back here, and you still holding on to her. So which one of us is the one that's still carrying her?" Yeah, that's a biggie. So even though physically he's not carrying her, he's still carrying her here. And that's what's stopping him from enjoying the beautiful scenery all the way back to the monastery, for enjoying the companionship and the wisdom of the older monk, is this. And that's what happens a lot of times, that we hold on to the thought of the wrongness instead of just saying, "You know what? I forgive that person. I forgive myself if that's how you feel you need to do. I'm going to let this go and take away with it. What was the lesson here? Lesson was, if I let go of this, I can move forward instead of being stagnant with the illusion of moving forward." He had the illusion of going from the river to the monastery, but he didn't notice any of the awesome on the way there. And so instead of claiming trauma, yes, shit happens. Really, really bad shit, okay? I am not discounting that. I honor everyone's journey. But part of your journey is processing out and sorting a lot of the messages coming through is sorting the chaff and the wheat. I think that's the right farming terminology. Again, I grew up in Long Island, and yeah, I worked on a farm, but we did peaches, not wheat. Um, but sorting that chaff from the wheat and saying, "This I'm going to let go of," because the pain, the suffering, all of that ended the moment that I separated from the person or the situation that was hurting me. Now, I don't need to be in coping mode anymore. Now I need to be in healing mode. And healing processing is looking around and going, "Okay, I'm stronger than this. I can do this." And in fact, I don't have to allow that to navigate the rest of my day, my week, my year, my life. I can let it go and say, "You know what? I endured that. I am more powerful because of that. And I can support myself and others through similar to that." That's the wisdom you want to glean away. Okay. This is all the message. I did not plan any of this crap this morning. I was actually writing some stuff before I came on here that had to do with the workshop. And all of a sudden, Spirit just came over and said, "Okay, this week is all about let's do the final let go. Let's do that final let go." It might be childhood trauma. Mine was. Mine was. And I am grateful for the shit stuff going on that healed that trauma and that I allowed it to be healed. Okay. Not going to go on into it on YouTube, but I will just say this. It was a lifelong thing. I get very weepy over the concept of gratitude with it. And I'm going to encourage you guys to do the same in the sense of number one, be kind to self and others because everyone's trauma is different. Number two, be willing and courageous to sit with it in the cave. And number three, allow yourself to let go of the pain, but keep the wisdom. Just because you let go of the pain doesn't mean it didn't happen. Just because you let go of the pain doesn't mean that you condone the behavior of the person who is shitty to you. You let go of the pain so that it can pull back the curtain of wisdom. You let go of the pain so it doesn't control your life anymore and your decision making and how big or small you stay or do not stay. Okay? That's this week. Finally let it all go because you're now in a space where it all came out. It's all nasty. Got that infection out of here. It was nasty the last 2 weeks because it was festering all year long. And if you didn't attend to it like in the other eclipses, it's nasty. It's okay though, because you poured some peroxide, some Bactine, some Neosporin, energetically in there, and you're going to get it out. But healing isn't always fun, but it is what it is, and you will feel better at the end. So that said, let's pull some cards, okay? Phew! Really quick, because Spirit just jumped in there and took over my whole, I have a workshop in January. So down below in the blurb is more info on that workshop. Again, we aren't the same people we were in 2019. We are much different, obviously, after all of what just was channeled through for you. But what needs to happen is we cannot start manifesting based around the habitual old versions of ourselves because that's out of alignment of where we are. So my workshop that I'm offering up, and all the folks again who did the 2022 reading package gets their free golden ticket. The rest of you, there's an early bird pricing. It's $64 for a 1.5 hour Zoom. You, me, and everybody else on Zoom together, like we are all in the same classroom, not webinar, all together, and gonna walk through reconnecting with your soul and your 2022 version of you so that you can get into alignment and align your intentions, your goals, whatever you call them, so that you can set up shop, set up that inspired action, set up whose where do each of your job descriptions fall versus universe versus you based in what your intentions are and based on who am I going into 2022? What version of me is stepping to the plate that I need to work with? Because if we try to manifest based on our old version of self, it's not going to work. So come on in. Link is below. Also, if you are looking for a holiday stocking stuffer for your beloved woo in your life, for under $10, you can head over to Amazon and grab a copy of my 7 Steps to Manifesting Your Dream Life book. It is super easy read, quick, gives you examples, tells you the story of how a flood changed my life and manifested a lovely home. And how we navigated through that using law of attraction and moving forward. What else? Just looking at my quick thing. Ooh, self-paced course. If you want to manifest this mindset reset, 31 days of self-paced journaling and a new way to deep dive into your shadow with affirmations and work through all that stuff before January comes. So lots of stuff there. I do not have any more private sessions available for this year. I'm booking into mid-January. So just FYI. And then also lastly, if you have not grabbed the 7-day course, go ahead and do that. Links are all below. Below. If you're here visiting me with me live, make sure you go over here and chat. If you're visiting the replay, chat below. Okay, that's a lot. So basically, Spirit wants to speak to doing the final let go of that trauma. And turning it into wisdom so that you can utilize it as a platform moving forward. So what do we need to know? So yeah, don't pull cards to say, what do I need to do? Because power needs to remain within you. This is more, what do we need to know to support ourselves in this healing? What medicine, energy medicine, do we need to stick to? So what I'm going to do is we'll pull one card and then two helper cards. Um, and again, you can even ask for your specific situation because this is kind of an interesting, different topic. I was not expecting to pop up. I was going to talk all about joy and love this week, but Spirit had another thing. But I will say I am finding more and more, as Mr. Rogers used to call them, helpers in the world. In fact, some kindly older man knocked on my window outside of the Dollar Tree because I was trying to find baskets, y'all. And oh my God, I can't find baskets for gifts anywhere. So, anyways, I was sitting out there trying to Google in my car and knocks on my window. I have a little white beetle bug. And he just was like, I thought, oh, who is this weirdo? I'm so New York when people do kind of this kind of stuff. I'm like, who is this weirdo? And he knocks on the window. I roll it down halfway. And I'm like, yes, can I help you? And he's like, I just wanted to say, I love your car. Love it. And maybe, bring in me some joy here. And he said, I just think it's lovely. And I said, okay, thank you so much. He goes, it just made my day to see your car. It's such a happy little car. And I was like, oh, well, I'm glad it did that for you. And that's like the fifth person to just express joy to me, which look for the joy. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull these cards based around the idea of what do we need to know to support releasing trauma and processing it into wisdom to move forward into next year. Okay. Here we are. That's good. One more. Okay. Oh, that one's coming. Ooh, interest. Ooh, koala. One more. There we go. And of course, puppy. Do I need to? Yep, shuffle one more. Surrender now. Makes total sense. Okay, so our main card is koala, but koala came in upside down. Okay, so look at koala. She's so adorable. Oh my God, with the dream catcher right up there in her third eye. Lovely, lovely. Spirit has a plan. Now, again, when we're upside down, it's I didn't know, I know, but I don't wanna, or I forgot that I knew that. Personally, I think it's this one. It is the third one, which is I forgot that I knew that because it's upside down. But Spirit has a plan, and I think we forget sometimes that Spirit has a plan. And to a lot of the manifesting teachers out there neglect to remind people that A, we don't manifest in a vacuum, and B, we don't manifest totally on our own. It's called co-creating for a reason because it's a partnership between you, your inner being, your direct connection, and divine particle within you that is source energy. So we are co-creating from our separateness and our oneness. And the oneness always has a plan, and the oneness's plan is love. I mean, so why we're doing this and what you need to know as you move through this, because when you do that inner, that cave work, that going into the shadow work to really just kind of clean out those wounds and get them going, a lot of times we feel very solitary, very alone, like nobody gets what I'm going through. But the fact is that you are not alone. Divine source is there with you 100% of the time, and allowing that to come in and say, I really just need to feel loved. And you can sit there and self-soothe in a healthy way by asking yourself in a quiet moment, what do I need? What do I need? And you might even say, what is this feeling? It might be fear, inadequacy, worthiness challenges, any of that stuff. And then you ask yourself, what do I need to nurture that within me? It might be, I just need to know I'm loved. I just need to feel like I am not alone. And then you answer from the perspective of source. You're not alone. We are here. I love you. You're doing good. This is your way, okay? Understand spirit has a plan. And I love this because the dream catcher, actually, it's not a dream catcher, y'all. Maybe I need an update to the prescription. It is actually a mandala, which mandalas are keys to spiritual realm, which I think is really interesting that our koala here has the mandala over the third eye, meaning unlock the connection to source energy, unlock that. And it has like a little person, like right up there, like, like maybe your inner being, maybe your connection to source energy right up here. Okay. So, really connecting into those source energy feelings, your crown chakra, opening up that third eye, which is the discernment, the unpacking of the new OS that we're all being downloaded, that is going to help you. So understand there's a plan here because sometimes just understanding there's a plan, I may not see it, but there's a plan, gives you a little bit of space to go. And knowing you're not alone helps too. Okay. So you're in this with everybody else, and source is your driver right there. So it's all good. Now the helper card. How are we going to get to this space? And again, my buddy, the puppy of light shows up right here, dog spirit, right side up. Right side up. Okay. And what it's saying is be loyal to what you love. So, meaning stick with it. It might be challenging. It might get crazy. It might make you cry. It might make you angry. It is okay. Okay. Crying is a release. I don't think I have cried so much in my life as I cried the last 2 weeks. I mean, like crazy, ugly, steel magnolias in the graveyard crying. That kind of stuff will help you. Allow yourself to be that way. Stick with your intention and commitment to yourself that says, I'm going to turn this stuff into wisdom so that next year I can move into this and feel really good about it. Okay. So, no, puppy spirit, dog spirit is reminding you be integrous to self. You chose this path, stick with it. You're not alone. And then we come back to moth spirit upside down, which is surrender now, right? But it's upside down. Again, I think this one, upside down, like I just said, is I didn't know that. I knew it, but I don't wanna. And I forgot that I knew that. So this is I know, but I don't wanna, because we want to control. I just want to make it better. But when you try to control, you don't process. You stuff it down. Might be with Oreo Christmas cookies. It might be with maybe some eggnog. It might be with eating dinner out with all your friends. It might be exercising like crazy. It might be something else. Surrender is about giving up control and saying, Spirit, I see you have a plan there. I can't really read it because it's like in some weird language, but that's okay. I have faith in you. You've gotten me through all the other stuff. I know that you see my plan, and maybe our plans can coexist together because we're here to co create. And so we are co creating the wisdom out of the trauma that I experienced so that I can move ahead and learn. And yes, I'm going to release like crazy. I'm going to let myself be upset, and I'm going to let myself cry, and I'm going to let myself journal. And again, I want to be really clear. This isn't like calling up your ex-boyfriend and being like, you was an asshole and here's what. No, that's blaming. We want to stick with this hurt, and I want to transmute that hurt energy into wisdom. Not, well, I ain't gonna date them. No, sit in it further. Sit in it until it's thank you so much for showing me that maybe that's not the kind of person I need to be with because I am worth more. I need my value and my self-value just skyrocketed because I realized you pretty, but not on the inside. And I deserve pretty on the inside. I deserve to be treated like I treat myself, which by the way, how do you treat yourself? Sit down and sit in your stuff. Give yourself permission to value you so that others can value you too. And that's the wisdom gleaned from when we have people that don't treat us good. Okay. And so right here, it's know that spirit has a plan. And when you start setting intentions along with that plan to love yourself, to value yourself, to say, here's what I want, because that's really what this is about. It's not about calling other people out. It's about saying to yourself, oh, I was kind of mean to myself. I need to give myself grace. I need to give kindness to me. When you do that, you're all automatically kind to other folks. But it's you right now who needs the nurturing. You. And then lastly, surrendering is everything I just talked about. Surrendering. No more controlling. No more calling other people's out on their shit. Trust me, if they're acting out, their inner, mean girl is loud and proud. You don't need to call other people out on their shit. They're calling themselves out, and the reason they acting and showing their ass is because they don't feel good on the inside. You can look at them and go, I'm gonna say a prayer for you because you sure as hell need it. That's what you can do. And then go on about your business and surrender and eyes on your own paper right now. Okay. That's going to help you get through this week. And this week is not as harsh as the last few. This is more just kind of packaging it up, putting a bow on it, and sending it all the icky stuff off to the universe to be transmuted into love and light so that that energy can be recycled into more positive and wonderful energy. Okay. So this week, be kind to yourself and others. Everybody's got trauma. The degree to which that is relative. Second, give yourself the space and the courage to sit in it and process it this one last couple of weeks because you need to. Trust me. I know it's hard. Oh, y'all, I know it's hard. But do it. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to be angry. Journal the hell out of all this stuff and ask yourself, what is it that I am afraid of? And call that shit by name so it's out. And then start deciding, I'm going to let this go and forgive everybody involved, including myself. That does not mean I condone. It means I let it go so that I can do my thing. And part of that might be, what is my thing? What are some of my things now? And you might say, here's the truth that I want to tell about myself. I'm stronger than this. Even though this happened to me, I'm rewriting that story for myself because I have that power. And I have that power because I am an extension of divine. You are extension of divine. You have that power. So go ahead and rewrite that story this week. Okay? I hope this was helpful. Again, really quick, down below are all the links for workshops, self-paced courses. If you want a reading, you can book one now. I'm booked into probably mid-January, so just be aware. And then the free course also is down there. If you love the deck I'm using, there's a link down there too. And other than that, I'll probably see you next Monday. Oh, what's going on this week? I think Venus goes retrograde soon. I don't think it's this week. I got to go look, but we'll talk about that too coming up. Other than that, look for my newsletter. By the way, my mailer light went a little bit haywire. So if you're not seeing the Monday newsletters, be sure to go sign up for the 7-day course. That's free because it'll automatically do that. Or you can go to my website and go to the newsletter free resource tab and sign up that way. It got rid of 200 people. So for non-openers. So I'm assuming it's people that are they were older emails that maybe they're not aligned anymore, and that's cool. But I want to make sure if you do want the email to be on and have direct contact, which I think is a really good idea because you get all the things and all the announcements right into your inbox. Make sure that you sign up for that. And you can sign up down below. I'm just looking at the thing. Yeah, the link is below. Duh. Okay, so other than that, I will let you go. A little bit over this week. Had a lot to download from Spirit. So I hope that channeled message helped along with our card pulls on the supporting of that. I love you so much. I will see you next week. Friend me on Facebook. Come hang out. Join the workshop in January. Thank you so much to everybody this year. You guys have no idea how much infinite love and gratitude I have for you guys. I am sending you all the love, all the light, all the energy. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I will see you soon. Mwah, mwah. Have a good week. And Other than that, I'll see you in the vortex. Bye bye, y'all.